going to call the meeting to order.
Recording in progress.
All right, if you'd all stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Motion to accept the agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
Seconded by Mike.
Yes.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carried. Motion to approve minutes of October 2021.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, unless
By
you want to do it.
Jim, is there a second?
Susan,
Yes.
I have a small
Okay,
correction.
Sure. Why don't we
Second it
withdraw the motion, and if you can tell us the correction, that would be helpful.
Okay.
And then we'll move we'll adopt the amended minutes.
Okay, so do you want a second right now, or do you
No,
want me to tell
if
you
you
what?
could make it as a motion
Okay.
for adoption with the following amendment, I think that would be helpful.
Okay. So there's just a teeny typo.
That's okay.
But on the second, to page 3, where it refers to from the Jonah Center,
Yeah,
it's, I believe it should be Jonah, not
Yes.
Jonas.
yes. That is correct. So you're making a motion to approve the minutes with that one minor
Make
correction?
the motion to approve the minutes with the spelling correction on Jonah Center.
Thank you. Seconded by
Seconded.
Mr. Tripp. Any other changes, errors, or omissions? All in favor of that one correction and approval of those minutes, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. I have no communications or correspondence tonight, other than to congratulate everyone on running, who did run, some of us did not, and those who are going to be remaining on the board, and those of us that are leaving the board. It's been a pleasure. I think we've been a real dream team and gotten a lot of great work together done. And I want to emphasize that it's been together, and it's been a very bipartisan approach to running the town. And I wish all those who will be serving in the next 2-year term all the best, and hope that they mimic what you guys have been doing. So congratulations to everyone, and thank you. The next is public comment. Is there any public comment? There is no public comment tonight. And we're under the monthly budget report, given that this is our last meeting, and the new board will be convening on the 16th, and then their first financial meeting will be likely the first Wednesday in December. I asked Tom Robinson to prepare that report for that first meeting in December, and asked if there were any significant matters that he wanted to bring to our attention tonight. And the one thing that he did want to let us know, and it's probably a reminder, is that fuel costs have risen. We do not have fixed price right now, so we are on the market, and prices are high for fuel right now. So I'll encourage all of you and our new selectmen to keep a finger on the pulse of that and make certain that we do our best to maintain that cost. Tom is in the middle of the annual audit, and he will be bringing to the next board some fourth quarter transfers, and also the audit would be presented in typically March, which is during your budget season. It was with some delight that I prepared the budget calendar today, knowing that I won't have to, unfortunately, go to all of the workshops and put together the budget this year. I wish Ryan all the luck in putting together his budget. And also the calendar is out, which will help in terms of planning the meetings and the times. So that was issued to all of our directors and administrators, because they'll be preparing the budget. Budget season comes very, very quickly. And it was really kind of fun to put that together today with Tom and Michelle. That's all I had. Any questions on budget tonight? Appointments. I think we have some appointments. Rick?
Yes, I was happy to learn yesterday that the Republican Town Committee nominated Don, sorry, the Republican Town Committee nominated Don Eiler of 541 Main Street for the open seat on the library board.
Is there are you making the motion?
I'm making a motion that we
appoint Mr.
appoint
Eiler?
Mr. Eiler to the library board.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Tripp.
Yes, it's it's E-I-L-E-R. Okay.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Are there any other nominations?
Nope.
Okay.
I will say that Don attended the last library board meeting, and I think he'll be a good addition.
Great.
I heard that he has some library experience.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which is great.
Very good. Jim, refunds of excess payments?
Sure, I'll make a motion that we refund the amount of $43.99 to Nicholas Anderson.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ralph. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any noes or abstentions? Motion carries.
I make a motion that we refund the amounts of $581.80, $392.53, and $802.92 to A-Car Leasing Ltd.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Ralph. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
I make a motion that we refund the amount of $245.07 to Craig H. Pratt.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
I make a motion that we refund the amount of $36.52 to Julie J. Pratt.
Second it.
Seconded by Ralph. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
I make a motion that we refund the amount of $3.57 to Donna R. Rosito.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ralph. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
I make a motion that we refund the amount of $223.26 to Honda Lease Trust.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ralph. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
I make a motion that we refund the amount of $890.81 to Halloran and Sage.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ralph. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I make a motion that we
Motion
refund the
carries.
amount of $395.75 to Toyota Lease Trust.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ralph. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion carries.
I make a motion that we refund the amount of $96.90 to BodyFlex Physical Therapy LLC.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ralph. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you. Any status reports this evening?
Not really any meetings, so.
No?
I
Ralph?
only have one item, just to mention that the Park and Rec had their 5K run on this past Saturday, and despite the poor weather, we had a very good showing, so it was another good event.
Very good. Thank you. Anyone else?
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
On the splash pad, how is the winterization or getting it all ready for our first post-use time going?
I'm not sure where it stands. I know they talked about it at the last Park and Rec meeting, but I think they were working with the engineer to schedule them to be doing the necessary process.
Got
But,
it.
so I'm not sure.
Yeah, no problem. I was just curious. Someone asked me earlier today, so. Thank you.
It may be completed. I just
Yeah.
haven't caught up.
We passed that time when we can go out there and splash around.
Oh,
Rick?
yeah, would that be status or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So since we met last week and talked about the Rockfall grant application for a riverfront recreation area, Lou and I met and we worked on the application. We also requested some letters of support from various local officials and organizations. And to date, we have a letter of support from our first Selectwoman, Susan Bransfield. We have a nice letter from the Jonah Center, signed by John Hall, a Portland resident. Christy Carpino, our state rep, is working on a letter, and I believe Norm Needleman is as well.
Great.
And Lou has been in touch with Michelle in the town hall, and she's going to help us actually get the wording straight in the grant application.
Yeah, I think she's done that, and
Okay.
we looked at it, made a couple of minor corrections, and I think it's ready. I think you just needed to add an attachment, and you needed to list the board members. So I think you could list the board members, maybe from this board, as well as the new board that'll be sworn on the 16th, although this is due.
The 10th.
So it's technically this board.
Okay.
Okay. The other thing, I'd like to thank Rose Aletto for numerous times letting us into the Meriden Boat Club to get temporary access to the town land along the riverfront so we could walk around. And most recently, on Monday, she let us in, and we were able to take some pictures for this grant. So she's been a help and has come down on short notice.
And we're awaiting confirmation of the easement from Tilcon. I haven't had anything this week, but I anticipate we should hear soon.
And then there's one other thing on that, and it's open to the public, but you have to go to the Rock Falls website and register. But next Tuesday night, November 9th, they're having their grant awards on Zoom for this year. For the people that applied last year, they're giving out the grants next Tuesday night. And I signed up to attend so I could kind of see the process. I think Lou might, but any of you are welcome to. You just got to pre-register, and then they send you the link. So.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay.
Good report. Good luck with the grants.
Well, thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
And thank you to the board for their help.
Absolutely. Any other status reports?
Oh, no, that's not, never mind, it's not status.
All set?
Yeah.
Public comment? No public comment. Thank you, Philip. Informal discussion. I know Lou had something.
And I have a question.
Why don't we start with you, Rick?
All right, this is not related to anything about grants and stuff. What happens now with the town clerk's office? I'm just curious.
That's going to be up to the new first selectman.
Oh,
Yeah, what happened in the past is, I can tell you my process.
yeah.
We interviewed, asked for people to send in applications of interest from the public. And as you know, the current position is from the Republican Party. Previously it was the Democratic Party, but people of an unaffiliated nature and other status did apply, and we reviewed them. I know Dave Kosminski helped with that committee. I formulated a committee made up of some community people. They interviewed the individuals, and then I believe they made a nomination of the top 2 or 3, and that went to the Democratic Town Committee, and they had a discussion and a vote, and then that recommendation, as I remember, came to this board, and then the person was appointed. The question that I have, and I'll ask it since we're talking about this, Rick, is there's more than 2 years left on that term. In the past, it's been less than 1 year. So I don't know if there is a possibility of a special election. And I'm seeing a yes from a member of our team here, David. So that is something that I think needs to be encouraged and looked into, because 2 years is a long time for an appointed position. Usually appointments are just for a shorter amount of time, less than 2 years. But because the town clerk's office takes their position January 1, there's more than 2 years left on that term. The selectmen positions, remember, take their office 2 weeks after the election. So as I recall, in the past, it was less than 2 years left on some of the selectmen and the town clerk who resigned in a previous term. So that's something, Rick, that is a good question. I think it merits some review, and I'm sure that Ryan Curley will be looking into that. I didn't have a chance to talk with him today, but I would hope he'd be able to check into that.
Because he takes over as first selectman, what, in 2 weeks? Or-
Yes, 16th.
Okay, so after that, then what, his assistants sort of running the office temporarily?
Yes.
And they're down a person.
Because as first selectman, you must resign from all other positions. You cannot have a job, you cannot work, and you cannot be in another elected or appointed position. So you can only be the first selectman. Now, within the charter, there is always another fine print, and that is you can serve in any other capacity as needed. But I've only used that a couple of times. I think one time there was no library director, and I had to go over and I didn't direct the library, but I sat there for a few minutes because there was some kind of a special meeting they needed me to be there at. So, good questions.
I
Our
didn't know
town
it.
attorney should be able to help,
Yeah.
and the Secretary of State's office too. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, I didn't know if there was anything in the town charter or in the state of Connecticut that required a special election or
Because
any
a
sort
town
of
clerk
guidelines.
follows more of the laws associated with the state. There's so many state requirements that have to be met in that job. David, did you want to interject?
No, we just had a question from Don going on next week's Zoom meeting for,
Oh, Rockfall?
yeah, is that gonna be published to where, because he wants to know?
Go to their
I-
website, I think.
I was suggesting he go to his website, but if he can't find it, I can email him or you the
Okay.
link.
All right.
You can
So
send it to
tell
me
him-
and Michelle, and we'll send it out to the whole board.
Okay, I'll do what I did to you, Lou,
Sure.
send forward the email with the,
That's
Great.
yeah,
Thanks for the
okay.
question.
Yeah.
Good question.
Okay, well, I guess it's not clear then, but I was just curious about that, and I haven't talked to Ryan either, so I don't really know
Because
what
it's
he's.
a pretty unique situation,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's merits further.
I mean, he might have something in the back of his head, but I don't know. So, okay.
Can I
Yes.
indulge the board?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to stand over there because I'm
Sure.
going to be standing over there after tonight.
That's true.
I won't be on this side of the table.
Is this
All right,
prep,
Lou.
you're
Have
prepping
at it.
for it?
I figure I should get some practice.
Yes.
My wife said, make it short. So I made the print large, so it's really short.
Okay.
Okay. First, I would like to thank you all for your dedicated service to the residents of Portland. Susan, for your 20-plus years of service to our town. I would be here all night if I was to mention all of the many progressive initiatives that you have led. The Airline Trail, new sidewalks, the remediation of brownfields, and hundreds of thousands of dollars in grant funding, just to mention a few. Jim, for your tireless hours of chairing many of our committees and commissions, and your continued leadership in the Brownstone Quorum, the Lions Club, and the Food Bank. Ralph, you have kept us abreast of several town commissions, and thank you for your hard work on our new and great recreational complex. Mike Pelton, thank you for your support for the many youth programs you have instituted and continue to lead. Mike Hernandez, your insight on our facilities committee will serve us well. And Rick, your attention to detail when it comes to the budget, your experience in how to be more energy efficient, and your real estate knowledge in returning property to the tax rolls. In all, I have enjoyed my tenure on the board, and it has been rewarding work with a great team. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will add, while we're shaking hands, thank you, Lou
Thank you.
Pear, for all of your service, in particular with the Airline Trail, and now with the School Facilities Committee, as well as, along with Rick, on the River Access Committee, as well as many other activities associated with all the many activities that we have going on in our town. I would ask that maybe you give that to Laura, our recording secretary, so that we can get it recorded in the minutes. I think that's very nice. Thank you.
Well, thank you all.
And if you could add my comments to thank Mr. Pear as well. And thank you, Laura, as well as Sharon, who have always been here to help us with all our minutes, so thank you. And our team doing all of our electronic video and recording of our meetings. Thank you. It's great to have a new team with us, and I wrote a short note to David thanking him for all the many students that really contribute so greatly to the ability of our community to follow along with the town's business. It's great communications that we all enjoy, and in particular, it's nice to have our students here so that they can bring back to the high school the importance of government. Thank you. Any other informal discussion tonight?
I was just gonna add, Lou, given your role with the school committee, your name might be on more people's tongues in next June than any of us that will be here.
I have nothing on follow-up, but Rick, did you have another comment?
Well, I'd just like to second what Lou said. I really enjoyed, I stayed away from politics most of my life, other than being a voter, and was a little apprehensive when I got on the board 4 years ago, but I have to say I've really enjoyed working with everyone. And I've known Susan for a long time, and she's the reason that I ran for the board, and it's been a great experience.
Same here. Thank you.
And I really enjoyed working with this group of people here, and I hope they continue to stay involved in what's going on in town, and I hope the new board governs as well as this one did.
There you go.
Thank you.
We'll give ourselves a round of applause. I suppose.
No, I was gonna-
Oh, Jim
No.
says.
No, I also want to say, basically, first of all, thanks, Luke, thank you, Rick. No, it's been an absolute privilege for 4 years serving on this board and serving the residents of Portland. And I am very proud of the work we've done. When we look at the body of work over the last 2 years, I'm very proud of that work. And I wish the incoming board success, because that means it's Portland's success. So, Susan, for 18 years, we've worked as a partnership in a lot of different projects, and I look forward to that continuing. So,
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I look forward to working with everyone on this board, because I know that we all will be involved in many projects in our community, so thank you all. And with that, there's no follow-up items, so I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn if Rick seconds it.
I'll second it.
All right.
All right, partner.
And it is 7:55. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you very much.
That's what we call a bipartisan adjournment.
Yeah.
Recording stopped.
Thank you. Oh, that was very nice.
Thank you, Lou.
That was
Thank you,
awesome.
Lou.
Well,
Very
thank
nice.
you. I meant it. It's been
Oh, yeah.
a good team.
Yeah,
That's
it
I
has.
think we've
And
accomplished
you
a
all
lot.
got a little butterfly.
We
Thank
saw
you very
that.
much.
These are
Thank
great.
you
I'll
for
try to
your
get
notes.
to the
Spread
next
your-
RTC meeting.
Thank you for the notes.
Spread your wings.
I didn't
See, I
come
don't feel
last night. You
sad
guys have a
because none
good
of you
time with
really
that?
are going away.
I wasn't
No,
feeling that
no, I'm
well.
gonna stand over
I'm
there
supposed to
some
be
nights.
Yes, you're right.
Any alcohol.
I'm gonna come back.